The bird is freed.
Mr. Reagan.
When I woke up this morning, people on Twitter were partying like it's 1999.
Party like it's 1999.
This is our Berlin Wall. Twitter was violating our civil rights, our freedom of communication. We could not express ourselves. We could not have a free exchange of ideas in America. Democrats pretend that they're concerned about the division in our country. I don't think they're concerned about the division at all. I think they enjoy the division because they don't want any of their voters to listen to any conservative ideas. They know conservative ideas are powerful, and so they like this division. Well, Elon Musk has torn down that wall. He has removed the censorship from Twitter, or at least that's what we expect to happen. Essentially, every single conservative on Twitter, every single libertarian, every single free speech activist is currently celebrating, and every single leftist is producing gallons of leftist tears. And it is amazing. The left is losing their minds right now. They don't know how to deal with this. They are not concerned about hate speech or dangerous, extreme MAGA Republican rhetoric. No. They're afraid that Democrat voters will actually listen to good conservative ideas. So anyway, what Elon Musk has done here is heroic. It is Ronald Reagan Berlin Wall level heroic. One thing I love about Elon Musk that other people don't probably care as much about, but I do care, Elon Musk is funny. Elon Musk likes a good joke. And actually, this whole thing started, from what I understand, because Twitter banned the Babylon Bee. And Elon Musk was like, whoa. This is a satire site. You can't ban comedy. That's insane. Now, somebody posted this. Unfortunately, I didn't keep it, so I don't know who posted it, but it was genius. They said, Twitter banning the Babylon Bee was the social media equivalent of killing John Wick's dog. Elon Musk, of course, being John Wick, and the Babylon Bee, of course, being his dog. Now, a lot of accounts have reported that they are getting tons of new followers. I don't know how this is happening. Elon Musk says he hasn't really changed anything at Twitter just yet. But people are reporting thousands and thousands of new followers. Now, my Twitter account hasn't seemed to change at all. So, I've always assumed that I was shadow banned on Twitter, and perhaps I am, and things just haven't changed yet. But it is leading me to suspect that maybe I never was shadow banned. Maybe I'm just not so good at the twittering. But just in case I am pretty good at the twittering, if you don't have Twitter, why don't you join Twitter now and follow my Twitter account? I'm Mr. Reagan USA. Because you know what? It's a good time to join Twitter, I think, because even if you never use it, it's a good thing to sort of show support for what Elon Musk is doing here. So go ahead and join Twitter. I often use Twitter for the news. So I get up every morning, I read Twitter, I read other news sources, and I come up with whatever videos that I want to write for that day. I don't use all the ideas, but I write them down in notes, on my phone. And I just think it's a great news source, actually. Twitter's a great news source. And now it is a news source that's free of leftist authoritarian censorship, which I just think is fantastic. So it's a great day. Everybody's having so much fun. I have energy. I have energy today. And I don't think it's because of the 2 Monster energy drinks and the 3 cups of coffee that I had. I don't think it's because of that. I mean, it's obviously partly because of that, but I think mostly it's because I'm so excited about Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Can you take over YouTube, Elon? Come on, just do YouTube too. Now, the whole reason I made this video is because there's a hilarious phenomenon that occurred as soon as Friday rolled around and Twitter transferred over to Elon Musk's control. And that change was people going on Twitter and testing out whether or not they were going to get canceled, whether they were going to get their account suspended by tweeting certain things that would have got you suspended before Elon Musk took over. And it is hilarious. So I'm going to read some of those tweets to you in one moment. First, of course, I have to sell you something. So is investing in silver today a good idea? Colin Plume from our friends at Noble Gold thinks so. On the national desk, he explained that there had been a huge sell-off of silver because of its low price right now. But silver is the most useful industrial metal out there, and demand is soaring for electronics in electric cars and solar panel circuits as the green agenda speeds up. And as industries pick up after the pandemic supply chain issues, issues, the trend down should reverse quickly and silver will rocket. Don't miss this. Give the team at Noble Gold a call and join thousands of others who have taken advantage of this blip in the market. They'll guide you through the process and make it easy for you. And this month, you will get this stunning 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with a qualified IRA of $20,000 or higher. They actually sent me one of these, and it is amazing. It's very, very heavy, but a very beautiful coin. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. It's the safest place to put your money right now. Call the team at 877-646-5347 and find out more, or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. All right, so let's have a look here. Before we get into people's reactions and their testing out of the algorithm and all that sort of thing, let's have a look here at Elon Musk's own tweets since he's acquired Twitter. The first thing Elon Musk tweeted is, "The bird is freed." The second thing he tweeted was, "Let the good times roll," which I just love. I assume sometimes Elon Musk talks in code, and I don't really understand the code, and I have to wait until somebody figures it out for me and lets me know what they mean. It sounds like something that was written in code. Then Elon Musk writes, "Twitter will be forming a content moderation council with widely diverse viewpoints. No major content decisions or account reinstatements will happen before that council convenes." And I think that that's fair. There are certain things that I think legally you have to moderate, and so you certainly need something like that. People were concerned about that tweet, but I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. In fact, I wrote something like, "I think I need to be a part of this." I don't remember exactly what I wrote, but I responded to it. I don't think that Elon Musk is going to reach out to me anytime soon. Unfortunately, I don't think Elon Musk knows who I am. But Elon Musk, if you watch this video, I'm available. All right, the next thing Elon Musk tweeted was, "Comedy is now legal on Twitter," which I just love that. I love that so much. He then clarifies, this is the last thing that he's tweeted. He writes, "To be super clear, we have not yet made any changes to Twitter's content moderation policies. So there shouldn't be any dramatic changes just yet unless people at Twitter are already implementing changes without Elon Musk's approval," which could very well be the case because people may be trying to, cover their tracks at the moment. All right, so that's all for Elon Musk stuff. Now let's have a look at Cat Turd. So Cat Turd writes, "Report, day 1 of Elon Musk owning Twitter. I'll be doing this every day to see if anything changes. As of now, I'm still shadow banned, ghost banned, search banned, and Twitter removed 1,200 followers today as usual. Nothing has changed. I'll report again tomorrow." And what's interesting about that is that Elon Musk replied. Elon Musk saw this tweet and he replied and he said, "I will be digging in more today." And I just love that. He's doing what he said he was going to do. He's looking into the algorithm. He's looking into why people's accounts are just messed with, and he's going to try to fix it. And so I responded, "I love this tweet more than any other tweet in history." And the great thing about this was that Cat Turd, the account on Twitter, ended up gaining something like 100,000 new followers in the course of like a day. Okay, so it wasn't exactly 100,000 new followers. It was 62,000 new followers. My mistake. I wouldn't mind that happening to me. I doubt it's going to occur, but you never know. You never know. The thing that I'm really hoping to see here is Elon Musk exposing what happened. What did Twitter do exactly to suppress certain channels and certain Twitter profiles, certain people, certain conservative media, whatever it is. I want to find out what the methods were. And the reason that's important to me is because I think it's probably the same methods used by YouTube and Facebook. And if we expose them, I'm hoping they stop doing it. All right, so now let's move on to some of the testing. Like I said, a lot of these users have decided, conservative users have decided that they're going to just test the water, see if they get banned, see if they get suspended accounts from writing things that they feel like they could have been suspended for previously. My good friend Sydney Watson, she writes, "Can we now openly call out pedophilia?" Or which I thought was fantastic. And many people have. The Hodge twins, they went all out. They wrote a number of tweets which were pretty fantastic. Oh, and they've said that they've gained 25,000 followers overnight as well. But they started with ivermectin works. They wrote that. They then wrote men can't have periods. They then wrote women don't have dicks, which is charming and amusing all at once. They've then written, January 6th was the most peaceful protest of a stolen election. And they've got stolen in all caps, so well done for them. Let's see what else have they got here. They wrote, masks don't stop COVID and were used as a form of social control. I'm not saying that, YouTube. I'm just reading about other people who have said it, and I would, of course, never promote that and don't agree with it at all. Bad Hodge twins. All right, let's move on to Greg Price. Greg Price has written, if you have a cock and balls, you're a man. He's also written, the vaccine doesn't work. The election was stolen. Climate change is a hoax. COVID probably came from a lab. Probably? What's he on about? Children's hospitals are doing sex changes on kids. Ellen Page is a boring lesbian. I mean, it's just so funny. It's just so funny. They're just really trying to push the envelope of what they can get away with on Twitter. These people, all of whom I totally disagree with. And I would never advocate anything that they say. Maggie, who is on Twitter at Liberty Anders, she writes, Elon Musk took over Twitter today. I could not ask for a better birthday present. And the reason that I clicked on that was just because what a nice coincidence, right? I mean, I would love that as a birthday present. So happy birthday, Liberty Anders, Maggie. Happy birthday. Well, that's fantastic. I think what a great birthday present. Rasmussen reports came out, and they just listed people that they think need to be unbanned, which I think is fantastic. Babylon Bee, Mike Lindell, Project Veritas, Gateway Pundit, Paul Sperry, Marjorie Taylor Greene's personal account, Emerald Robinson, James O'Keefe, Juanita Broderick, Robert Malone, Tracy Beans, True the Vote, Steve Bannon, Alex Berenson, and, of course, Donald J. Trump. And I do believe that they're all going to be reinstated. Obviously, Donald Trump is going to be reinstated. I don't know if Donald Trump would actually use Twitter because he's got his Truth Social, but he probably should, but he probably won't. Okay. I found this tweet, which I thought was great. Actually, I'm going to follow this account. I don't know who this person is. Tatiana McGrath. I've never seen their account before, but they've written, Elon Musk's annexation of Twitter is the most terrifying development in recent history. Only a fascist would seek to impose free speech on humanity. Which I just love, you know. I mean, this is obviously sarcasm, and I assume this is some kind of like, it's like a joke. It's like a parody account, right? But then we move on to actual leftists. And as I said before, leftists really have just lost their minds at the idea of conservatives speaking freely. There's a ton of tweets about how, like, white supremacy is running rampant around Twitter. I've not seen any of this. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know how they're finding it. Honestly, they don't even see, like, conservative content. I don't know how they would possibly be just running, bumping into all this racism. I certainly am not. I've been on Twitter all day long. No, they're not finding rampant white supremacy on Twitter at the moment. They're pretending that they are. They're lying about it. But anyway, let's read this tweet from Angela Belcamino. She's quite a popular Twitter user on the left. I think probably 90% of her followers are people who absolutely hate her. She writes, I'm already starting to see a lot of MAGA accounts back in my feed, most likely due to the Elon takeover. I'm not interested in reading their misinformation. Anyone else? Now, here's the hilarious thing about this. So she's actually listed some tweets, some accounts she's seen tweets from. Hodge Twins, Terrence K., Blair White. She writes, I don't ever engage with these people. Yuck. But here's the really funny thing about that. We conservatives have always been inundated with leftist content that we're not trying to see that, right? We're not following any of these accounts. Most of the accounts that I follow don't follow these kinds of accounts. And yet I'm constantly bombarded by leftist propaganda, especially moving up toward the election here. I've been seeing tons of tweets from the left. But yeah, it's funny to see the left have to deal with what conservatives have been dealing with for ages. We're constantly bombarded with your content. This chick, Angela Belcamino, I've seen a million of her tweets. They're constantly flowing through my Twitter feed. I do not subscribe to her. I don't follow her Twitter. I have no interest in reading the BS that she's spewing. I mean, she's a hateful, nasty person. I have no interest in listening to anything she has to say. But I constantly see her crap coming up in my feed. I don't want to hear from you, lady. And now she's got to see some conservative stuff. So I think that's fine. If I have to see some of your stuff, maybe you can see some of our stuff. I think that's perfectly fair. But leftists have clearly been insulated. I think that this is very telling because it indicates that Twitter has been protecting people like her from having to see conservative content. But I think what's more insidious than that is that they are protecting Democrats from, people getting conservative ideas or hearing conservative ideas and maybe being red-pilled. So to me, that is actually the more insidious bit. They're constantly trying to influence conservatives to be more leftist, to hear leftist ideas, to hear leftist content, but they're shielding leftists from conservative content. That's clearly what's been going on here, and there is a shift is happening somehow. Again, Elon Musk says he hasn't changed anything yet, but I suspect some of the people over at Twitter already are changing things because they don't want to get caught. They don't want Elon Musk to come in and find what they've been up to. Now here's Rob Reiner. This guy's a real piece of work. I constantly see him in my feed. I have no interest in what he has to say. He is a blowhard of the highest degree. He is an absolute degenerate piece of human garbage. He writes, rumor has it that one sociopathic, pathologically lying, criminal, racist, misogynist, fascist is returning to this platform. Let's celebrate by drowning him in a blue wave. So he's suggesting Donald Trump's coming back onto Twitter, and therefore he's suggesting that everybody vote Democrat for the 2022 election so that Democrats continue to hold on to the House and the Senate, which they will not. But what a way to characterize President Donald Trump. Just a dirtbag. Anyway, I thought, and so of course then there's a lot of responses to this, like this guy writes, cry more. Somebody writes #liberal tears. Somebody else writes, this is Stifler's mom, which I think is quite funny, writes, oh, you're still here? If Trump returns, you'll be like a fat kid in a candy store. We know you won't want to leave. Your obsession is like a drug, and you can't seem to quit. It's beautiful, beautifully said. Politi Bunny writes, you poor broken thing. I'm going to like these. These are great. Madison TX76 writes, talk about a tantrum, LOL. Tim Young writes, Rob Reiner needs serious psychological help. And it's absolutely true. Rob Reiner needs serious psychological help. And all right, so let's move on to another subject here with regard to Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. Leftists are now very seriously targeting advertisers. So any ad, this is their little trick now, right? This is so vicious and nasty and just a classic left-wing move, right? Any ad that pops up on Twitter, I'm looking right here at a MasterCard ad, just inundated with comments like these. This guy writes, sorry, I'm blocking you for supporting hate speech. And the point that he's making is just that if you're advertising on Twitter, you're supporting hate speech, right? That's his idea. Because they're not censoring conservatives. It's like, these people are crazy. This guy writes, blocking all advertisers as long as Muck owns Twitter. They're calling him Muck. That's funny. This guy, Ted in Texas, just writes, blocked. This guy, Steve Reed, writes, blocking you until you pause advertising until Twitter has proper content moderation. Follow GM's lead here. Do the right thing. Did GM pull advertising from Twitter? Because I'll never buy anything from GM ever again. So that'll be the conservative response, right? Somebody responded to him, lost your Twitter mommy today, did you? Now, what are they talking about when they say, you lost your Twitter mommy? Well, this is fantastic. According to the New York Times, the first order of business for Elon Musk was to fire all the top executives at Twitter. So he fired I can't say this guy's name. Parag Agrawal, Twitter's chief executive. He fired Ned Siegel, chief financial officer. Sean Edgett, I don't know, general counsel. And he fired my favorite, Vijaya Gadde. Now, she is the top legal and policy executive. We always called her the censorship czar, right? She was in charge of basically censoring all of us. She's the one that, executed all those orders and stuff like that. I don't know if she always was the person that was doing that, but she kind of took over. And there was this very cool Joe Rogan episode, which I covered extensively, and I think a 3-part. I did 3 videos about it. This is breaking down. Tim Pool was in there, and he was intensely questioning Jack Dorsey and Vijaya Gadde and saying, why are you doing this? Why are you censoring people? Why are you doing all this stuff? And they just kept coming back and saying, like, we have perfectly good reasons to censor conservatives. I mean, people. We're not censoring conservatives specifically. But of course they were, and it wasn't convincing at all. And he essentially made them look like fools. So well done, Tim Pool, for doing that. If you haven't seen that video, you may want to go back and watch it. It's kind of irrelevant at this point, though, because of Elon Musk. Thank you again, Elon Musk. Now, before we go, there is one other hilarious thing that happened. A couple of trolls, essentially pranksters, went outside the Twitter building with boxes as if they'd been fired, and they claimed to be engineers at Twitter, programmers or whatever. And these guys are like comedians or something like that. And some people in the media believed them. I mean, they reported on these guys. This woman here, Deirdre Bosa, according to her profile, she is holding down the CNBC Tech Check at One Market. I don't know what that means, but it looks like she's from Canada. And she writes, "It's happening. Entire team of data engineers let go. These are 2 of them." And then she followed that up with, "They are visibly shaken. Daniel tells us he owns a Tesla, and he doesn't know how he's going to make the payments." Even if that were real, oh my God. I mean, really? That's sell the Tesla, get a Kia. Come on, man. Like, you're good. But these guys, of course, are not real Twitter employees. They're just guys that were pulling a bit of a prank there. And wow, it worked. It's pretty funny. I mean, well done, guys. But anyway, that's the update for the day. Essentially, this video was just me celebrating what has happened today. Not a lot has changed. Obviously, my Twitter account hasn't gained any followers or anything. So like I said, if you want to join Twitter, follow my account, Mr. Reagan USA, on Twitter there, please do. I would appreciate it. And I do think that people should support Twitter in this moment because it is now a free speech platform. And I think that what Elon Musk has done is a great thing. I mean, we will, we'll see, things could change, but it looks positive. I'm very, very optimistic about the future of America, of free speech in America. I think Elon Musk has done something truly, truly historic. Truly historic. All right, that's it for me. And remember, it's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just they know so much that is not so. Good night.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control and regulation. Well, isn't this the liberal philosophy? The conservative, so-called, is the one that says, less government, get off my back, get out of my pocket, and let me have more control of my own destiny.